Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Ingrid Goes West. Now, when I saw the trailer for this film, it really brought me in because I'm a huge fan of Aubrey Plaza, and I was really interested to see what she does in this film, which is about somebody with mental health issues who becomes obsessed over people on Instagram. Now, this is a really interesting topic to take on since this is such a modern influential thing nowadays is a lot of people are on social media, and I give this film a lot of credit for trying to tackle something as topical as that. Now, Matt Spicer is the director of this film, and he brings a lot of style and smoothness to telling the story, and it brings a lot of energy. This film never feels slow, it keeps going at a feverish pace and trying to how it's so well edited together, and the story just keeps unfolding in front of you. And it's really interesting with the tone of this film because it has a very modern vibe. It feels like a modern film. It feels like something for like my generation. And something that's very interesting is right off the bat, you have this foreboding tone of this film, wondering where this is going to go and where this is going to wind up. And I was intrigued throughout the whole entire film, really trying to figure out where this is going to end up, where Ingrid's going to be at the end of this film, based off of in such a bad place where it starts the film. And in terms of how this hits you, it's very impactful. There's scenes that really hit me and actually spoke to me a lot, and I'll talk to more about that in the writing. But it's very biting. It doesn't hold things back, and this film makes you feel uncomfortable. You feel as uncomfortable as you would be interacting with this person, with her being so awkward and uncomfortable with other people. And I give this film a lot of credit because, in a good way, it made me want to walk out because I'm like, oh, I can't take how uncomfortable this situation is, like you would in an actual situation. Now, this film is gorgeous. The cinematographer was Bryce Fortner, and everything looks beautiful and it's very impactful. All the shots really show what the actors are trying to convey, the emotions that the story is trying to convey, and you really get that out of each frame of this. And it has that glossy, artificial sheen to it that it's trying to convey in the story. Is that's the kind of life these characters live. And the writers, which is also Matt Spicer, but also David Branson Smith, it's a very intriguing story and engaging and interesting, and something that a lot of people my age can relate to being on social media. Now, there, towards the end of the second act, early third act in this film, it kind of gets a little jumbled to me, but overall, it's a really engaging story, and these characters are really interesting and complex. Minus one. One was really annoying, over the top caricature, and I kind of wish that they rewrote that character, but he kind of stuck out like a sore thumb in this one because everyone else feels so real. They feel like real people you've interacted with in the real world, even if some of them are really, really fake. So they're very real by truly conveying how fake they are and how some people are very much like that. And in terms of the dialogue is very biting and it's very real, and it feels modern. It feels like these are people, young people of this time, speaking of this time. And honestly, in years to come, people looking back at this film will realize this is really captures a lot of how young people today are, and that's really impactful. And some of the scenes, some of the dialogue really hit home on some real issues and some real ways that people interact with each other. And I've experienced some feelings towards some people that some of these characters experience about others, and those moments really hit home for me. Now, this film deals with mental health illness and doesn't pull any punches, and also deals with the vast amount of social media frenzy there is among people today. And it isn't even just young people, it just depends on social media. A lot of people are on Facebook that are middle aged and are on there a lot. And then you have people, young people my age, on Snapchat and Instagram, and that really captures that kind of attitude in this film. Now, from the music perspective, the composers were Jonathan Sadoff and Nick Thorburn. The music in this film is very modern and really fits the time and really fits the tone of the film and builds up on the atmosphere, and I think they do a really good job with that. Now, the acting across the board The physical acting and choices, just little ticks and everything that all the actors do in this, make them feel like, wow, it's like they feel real. And I want to commend everybody in the cast for making choices like that, whether it was the direction of Spicer to really encourage them to give themselves these quirks to really make them stand out, because besides one character, they're not caricatures in this film. And Aubrey Plaza gives a fantastic performance, and she deserves some really a lot of recognition for the performance she does in this film. I really liked Elizabeth Olsen. She played her character to a T and very perfectly. And then O'Shea Jackson Jr., after seeing him straight out of Compton and seeing him in this, I really like him as an actor, and he was one of my favorite parts of this whole entire film. Now, my closing thoughts on this film for Ingrid Goes West: this is an important film. This really captures the attitudes and the lifestyle of people today, and for that, I really think that people my age should go out and see this film and see how it really captures the kinds of attitudes and behaviors that people have. And it's also a really impactful film. It hits hard. It might have some shortcomings, but I think it overpowers them and gives a really, really satisfying experience. And this, as of right now, cracks my top 15 of the year so far. And I'm going to give Ingrid Goes West an A minus.